This here is Highway 61 Filling Station Show.
Oh, hi. Yeah, thanks for coming. Well, you can tell I got this old book here. It's kind of all covered up with stuff anyway. It's dirty. Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually dust. So, here's the deal. We're going to do a show about the history of Minnesota City. Now, it's not because I think that's such an exciting topic, because it is not a lot. I am not excited about that. But, Eddie had this deal where if he spent money on the show and he made an educational show, then his 503c whatever foundation thing that he's got, they could like write it off or whatever that means. I don't think it's writing anything. I mean, but I think it's like writing checks or getting money or paying. Somehow it saves him money, so he says he wants to do it that way. So, oh yeah, I got to put on a microphone so you can hear me. Anyway, So we're going to tell you about Minnesota City, kind of some of the stuff about it. Now, of course, I wasn't born at the beginning. In fact, a long time after it was, made a city. So about 100 years, 99 years to be almost exact. So we got this. Haven't you ever? I mean, I have been so bored in history. Like when I went to history class, that it was. I'm just trying to make some way to make the show a little better, so you don't like change the channel or something. So I'm gonna try the bubble machine again. I mean, we tried it for the music parts, but the musicians do not like this machine running and making noise when they're playing their instruments and singing and stuff. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I mean, this is not Lawrence Welk, that's for sure. And there you go. There's a little more of that juice, that whatever that goop stuff is. Okay, so let's see, what am I supposed to say? We are in Minnesota, in Winona County, and we are having a show about Minnesota City, which is where I am, where the gas station is and everything, which is owned by Eddie Sivolosky, and yeah, he's not here in most of the time, but he, owns it, and of course I'm his employee, which means I'm the last gas station attendant on Highway 61 anywhere, so I guess. Anyhow, I've been trying to keep my job, and I'm just doing what he says. I think he wants a plaque on his wall that starts out with like, whereas, blah, 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 whereas, blah, 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 Eddie Sivolosky is a really good guy, blah, 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 one of those deals. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do. Now, I do not know too much, and I didn't want to bother Mrs. Aaron, so I just looked at that Minnesota City website, and all the stuff I'm going to tell you is straight out of there. That might be called plagiarism or not. I don't know. I don't think plagiarism is good. And if it's not, I'm sorry. And but maybe I'll do, like go to confession or something, or like. Well, anyway, you heard me say I was sorry. So the people that came here were members of the Western Farm and Village Association. This is the Midwest, not the West. How did they? And they were from New York City. Well, or not. Actually, they weren't from New York City. They were from the state of New York, and they came with steamboats. There was the nominee, the Dr. Franklin, and Caleb Cope. Caleb Cope. Would you ride on a boat that was named after some guy named Cope? Like, I can hardly cope, or I don't like coping with this, anyway. So they named it Minnesota City because they thought that they were going to maybe become the capital of Minnesota, but they lost out to, I guess it was Pig's Eye or something later, St. Paul. And they had 500 people, they said. Now, I'd have to go to the cemetery and check to see if all 500 are there, and if they were or they weren't. But they might have been counting chickens and rabbits. I think we count chickens and rabbits now because it's like 230 people now, or dogs. Not cats. No, cats. I don't think we should. No, they should not be counted in a population. So we had the first school. We had the first school district. We had the first Baptist church, or the Baptist. The Baptists built the church and then they left. There aren't any Baptists here anymore. We had the first post office, we had the first bridge, we had the first horticultural experiment There was one on apples. I thought Adam and Eve had the first experiment with apples. I gotta check. I wonder if it's in this book. Oh, yeah, no, it's... I think I gotta look in Genesis, yeah. Anyway, oh, well, so we had the first blacksmith, the first horseshoeing, the first justice of the peace, the first representative to this legislature, the first wheat crop. Nobody grows wheat around here. That's stupid. Oh, well, you know, I just think that I'm glad this is over, because that's all the stuff I could figure out how to say. But we were the first gas station. I mean, we are, you know, and we were the only gas station, and we're the last gas station. So I hope you keep watching. Anyway, I'm supposed to be happy. That's right. No, none of that crying on camera. They say, peace and see you later, alligator. And come on by, and maybe I'll whip up the old bubble machine for you. I'm going to watch.
Highway 61 filling station show. It's not just Minnesota nice anymore.